Listen, I ain't got time for this.
Don't speak to me like that.
Come and speak to me, yeah? Right. You've been causing some issues.
No, he ain't.
He hasn't.
I've talked to
No,
him.
he ain't.
Okay, I'm not
Oi,
talking to you. Go
calm
away.
yourself
Go
down.
away.
Calm your attitude down. Speak to the public with respect.
Listen, go away.
I'm telling you to calm down.
Go away.
Yeah, I'm DP audit. Respect.
Thank you.
I'm carrying on all I want. Speak to the public with respect and integrity like you're meant
Another
to.
unit, please.
Why is there no police here?
Go and speak to the inspector.
You call through now and tell him
No,
to send
you don't tell me what to do, pal.
Oh, shut your attitude
Okay.
up as well,
Right,
you.
go
Wind
away.
your neck in.
Wind
Wind
my
your
neck.
neck in, yes.
Wind my neck in.
Yeah,
Step
you're
away
the
from me,
police
please.
officer.
Step away from me.
See that? That's a claim and a half. You're getting a claim against you. You little You're losing your job, you little...
Yeah, you think so?
See that, guys?
That's assault.
Witnesses, yeah?
You do nothing wrong.
You assaulted me.
Right.
On
Get away
camera.
from me. Otherwise I'll spray you.
Whoa.
Yo, he's off his head. He can't be a copper.
Whoa.
That's... Oh, look at that. Look at that. What?
This was not a hasty decision motivated by imminent peril. Using force to maintain control was a conscious decision. When someone questioned his attitude, he decided to use intimidation to establish his supremacy rather than responding professionally. This isn't law enforcement. It's a misuse of authority. When questioned, officers are expected to maintain composure and not become irrationally angry when their actions are questioned. This is made worse by the fact that it took place in public, demonstrating what happens when those in positions of power are unable to withstand being held accountable. Leave. I'm out in public. Keep your lips shut and your attitude in check. You are the public's servant. You're not disturbing the tranquility. I'm not being sprayed by you. You're not. No, you're not. You talk to him as though you're doing just that. You are not allowed to address the public in that manner. You don't get to talk to people the way you talk to him. Your role doesn't operate like that. You work as a police officer, of the people and the multitude being served by the law. Honesty and respect. Keep in mind your oath and your training at the College of Peace. You are a complete shame. The way you're pushing me now, a lawsuit is being filed against you. For that, you ought to lose your job as well. All right. Yes, we'll see. Will we not? Additionally, you will be widely visible on the internet. People will now see that you are alive. Well done. Greetings from YouTube. What about that? All right, once I lock you up, swear at me. Higher threshold, huh? Are there any people who have complained? Do you have any complaints about my profanity? Do you have any complaints? You must be taken into custody by your officials. You attacked me. You must take your fellow cop into custody. Section 26. He simply shoved me to the ground and threatened to use force on me for telling rats. Arrest your cop right now. The auditor is demanding the arrest of their colleagues under police personnel who abuse their authority or commit misbehavior while on duty are criminalized under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act of 2015. In this instance, the auditor was attacked only for questioning the officer's unprofessional behavior, rather than during a heated arrest or in reaction to a threat. This circumstance is similar to that of Richard Healing, a former police officer from South Wales who was found guilty of abusing vulnerable people under the same clause. Healing abuses power for his own benefit rather than enforcing the law, just like the cop in this case. His conviction emphasizes how serious these acts are and establishes a clear norm for law enforcement accountability. You're on YouTube. You're heading to YouTube. You don't perform your duties properly. You will appear foolish. He's being attacked now, is what the entire soul would be used to figure out what's happening. He was speaking to my club, and I told him to speak to members of the public in a respectful and professional manner. That is the biggest example of him pushing me away. He must be dismissed. Either we file a claim against him, or he is being sued. That was ridiculous. Take him into custody. Take him into custody. Perform your duties. The police college instructs you to take him into custody. You must unwind. You must relax. You must take him into custody. Do you hear? You must speak with me. Tell me what's happening. Clearly coping with he was conversing with him. It's awful how he was talking to him. He was disgusting in the manner that you do not address members of the public. He is repulsive in every way. He will now let you know how many views he will receive on the internet. The way that was, he will go viral. It was among the worst circumstances I had ever witnessed. I've been doing this for a year. You must take him into custody. He won't be taken into custody. When your colleague violates the law by assaulting a member of the public, you will not arrest him. When you first summon your officers, you are forcing your college to police you. No, you pay attention to me. He violated the law and attacked me. Pay attention to you. You were sued, buddy, after you reported the complaints online. All right, officers, this is my personal lesson. He plays the victim because his comfort is more important than the public's right to know. Rather than admitting any misconduct or responding to the auditor's legal challenge, responsibility. Officers are actually trained to maintain composure under duress. Assault cannot be justified by personal space, particularly when the individual breaking the law is the one doing so. It is quite worrisome when an officer believes they have the right to use force because they are uncomfortable. It has nothing to do with safety. When faced with power, it's about claiming it rather than diffusing the situation, giving an explanation, or leaving. This cop made the decision to shove someone to the ground and then attempted to defend it with a flimsy made-up rule. That isn't law enforcement. It's wrongdoing. Simple and uncomplicated. All right? Yes. Recognize yourself. Give the station a name. All right. Don't have to give. You do indeed. 3 types. You've turned your abilities against me. 3 ways to identify oneself. I will make a point. 3 ways to identify oneself. You must push me once more, are you? If you could make room for me. Indeed. Oh, you're now in my personal space. If I pushed you, what would happen? Hold on, you see what I mean? See these folks? Yes. Greetings from YouTube. Enjoy your day. What is the EE station's name? Station and name. I'm not sure. I'd like his station and name. He must present 3 different kinds of identification. Officers must identify themselves when asked, including their name, rank, and station, according to College of Policing principles, particularly when using force. This goes beyond simple politeness. It is a protection intended to guarantee responsibility and shield the public from misuse. This officer further undermined trust, transparency, and the fundamental tenets of police in a democratic society for the people to seek justice by making himself untraceable after committing an act of violence. They must understand who is to blame for their mistreatment. In the absence of this, misconduct goes unpunished. After such a terrible tragedy, the officer's hesitation to reveal his identity is more than just a sign of conceit. Is wholly unjustifiable, since it is an intentional attempt to evade responsibility. A pleasant day. If it doesn't work out, you won't have a happy day. And welcome to YouTube. I'm grateful. Take a look at this man. Observe him. Take a look at his condition. Really? Yes. This is the state. Yes. All right. Do you understand what I mean? Absolute. All right. I'll put you in jail. The barrier cannot be raised. I can't be imprisoned for it. Really? Yes. Section 5. Really? Do you believe that? That's all. I can stroll back with you. Guys, you see, he was going to arrest me. I'll take care of him, dude. Man, he's awful. Okay. How are things going? I was shoved over there by him. He has a terrible attitude. He's threatening to take me into custody. I'm being power sprayed, the reverse of you. He must be fired. He must be taken into custody. According to your College of Police, he should be taken into custody by other policemen in order to safeguard the public. For that, he ought to be put under custody. Let's be precise. The auditor had just been beaten. He was hurt, shaken, and rightly furious. After being physically assaulted by a public official, that emotional response is quite normal. At that point, swearing is neither harassment nor disorder. It's an unvarnished way of expressing sadness. It goes beyond being unprofessional for the officer to say, "Swear at me again and I'll lock you up," in response. It's blatantly abusive. Because of their role in training, the law appropriately holds police to a higher standard. Officers are supposed to have thicker skin, maintain composure under duress, and diffuse tense situations without taking revenge. This isn't about a single poor choice. It concerns an officer who lacks self-awareness, regret, and a basic comprehension of public trust. When a victim reacts emotionally, threatening to arrest them just makes the abuse worse. You ought to have taken him into custody. You ought to have arrested him, as you are aware. Hold off until you see the video. No one can be arrested by us. They ought to have taken him into custody, as you both know, and cannot. What are your options if you wish to file a complaint? He's unlike anything I've ever encountered. I will listen to all you have to say. When you hear the sound, you know I'm with you. You are aware that I have never encountered that. Just say one thing. He is a police officer who poses a threat. He ought not to be a police officer. You ought not to be a police officer. You are a police officer who poses a threat. You are a police officer who poses a threat. You shouldn't work in a position where people can see you. The public should not be assisted by you. You are repulsive. You feel embarrassed, disgraceful. You shouldn't be an officer who interacts with the public. My friend, you pose a threat to the public. The cause is you. There are folks just like me, because of individuals such as yourselves. You and I are both aware that cameras are being installed here, all right? Thus, you are an auditor if you have a complaint. I have it on film most likely. Yes, I will, mister. What do I call you? Call me DP, please. The DP Paul. Thus, if you would like to file a complaint, Mr. Cameras will record everything that occurs, won't they? He is not qualified to be a police officer. I apologize. I'm not going to follow my suggestion. Simply put, that was absurd. I would propose that following such an event, our adrenaline levels are up, which may prompt us to take action. No, there is no justification for his actions when you see the video. Whatever has occurred, it has occurred. The second officer's justification is quite alarming and, to be honest, risky. Saying, our adrenaline was high, to minimize an obvious attack not only downplays the seriousness of the scenario, but also attempts to legitimize misbehavior and aggression from people who have received specialized training in maintaining composure under duress. Civilians involved in a street brawl are not police officers. They are professionals who have been given authority and are supposed to be independent of their feelings rather than motivated by them. Stating, anything that has occurred is an obvious attempt to ignore wrongdoing and evade responsibility. What would happen if a member of the public used the same justification to push an officer? It would never be approved. However, an officer is utilizing it to supporting illegal force to stop someone from exercising their rights. The public's mistrust is precisely fostered by this double standard. Hang on, it will be resolved. When this occurred, you would try to calm down. Keep doing what you were doing, auditing, whatever, seeing what was happening, filming, and then when your adrenaline was high, you could react to things that you would normally snap at him. Because the way he was speaking to this was the most honest. You know what I'm like with if you sound like this was the most outrageous. I've probably never seen anything like this from a police officer. And everything has beaten me up. The worst thing I've ever seen in my life was that. Disgraceful. And when you return to the station, I hope he receives a reprimand. I hope you let him know that what he is doing is incorrect. You know what? Your co-workers are encouraging you to confront your fellow police. He is somewhat professional. You must act as these kinds of things are destroying your interactions with the general public. I hope you succeed and you must inform them. The auditor does a great job by drawing attention to one of the main problems with contemporary law enforcement, the silence of uniformed spectators. Integrity, accountability, and the duty to confront unprofessional behavior are highlighted in the College of Policing's own code of ethics. Speaking up when a fellow cop crosses the line is part of this. Every time a cop gets away with violence or other wrongdoing, it widens the gulf and undermines the trust of those who are doing their jobs correctly. The public is observing, and quiet speaks just as loudly as any action. Officers need to be brave enough to hold one another to the standards they have pledged to maintain. If not, their emblem becomes meaningless, and their position as public workers becomes merely a title. This was the worst attitude I have ever witnessed in a police officer. I'm not saying that I did nothing, but I grew up in a slum. I'm expressing my surprise. You will be shocked even though you will still watch the footage. Yes, and you know what? As I mentioned before, he initially seemed to calm down a little before, I believe. His ego returned, and he felt compelled to begin. Unexpected, as long as you're correct. The most crucial thing is that inform him that his solicitors would get in touch with him shortly. Inform him that he will hear from the solicitors shortly, dude. Oh, and yes, I will visit the ISP, examine their techniques. After that today, I would like him to be removed from his position as a police officer. He shouldn't work as a police officer. I am aware that he is I apologize, Will, my friend. You ought not to. It's risky. That kind of hazard is unacceptable. I was up in a rough neighborhood, and this is among the most startling things I have ever witnessed from a police officer. I'm genuinely shocked by it, but I'm not suggesting he did nothing wrong. You'll be shocked when you view the video for yourself. He appeared to calm down a little at first, but then his ego returned and he began acting out once more. The most important thing is that you're all right. Inform him that I will be reporting everything to the ISP and that the solicitors will be contacting him shortly. I want him fired from his job as a police officer. Given what transpired today, he shouldn't be in that position. We cannot afford to have someone like him on the force because it is dangerous. I apologize, Will, but I know he's your friend. He ought to quit his job as a police officer.